Does whiskey change with air? Can we tell a difference in a blind tasting? And what are our best practices for open bottles, when we open them, how long we leave them open, what we do with them? That's what we're getting into today.
Yes. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh.
And this is Stuff and Whiskey,
where we talk about whiskey and whatever other stuff comes up. Today it's going to be a pretty focused conversation. We're talking about air-changing whiskey, open bottles, how we handle those around our house, because we have over 400, maybe over 500 bottles at this point in this home currently.
Do you not count because you don't want to...
I'd rather not know.
You don't want to feel guilty?
If you look through the archives, you will see a video. It's a long video, almost an hour and a half, of me going through all the bottles we had at that point in time. Inevitably, more bottles have been added over time.
Yeah.
But today, we're going to talk about Weller Special Reserve, because we had this bottle that's been open for the better part of, I would say, 2 years. And as you can see, the fill level is very low. And we also have this brand new bottle of Weller Special Reserve that we picked up at the Buffalo Trace Distillery last week. Now, I'm going to go ahead and spoil something for you. There's probably as much of a difference between these two bottles in just the fact that they were bottled at different times as there is having anything to do with how much air has been affecting this whiskey over time. But is one of them much more flavorful, and is the one that's been open for a really long time with a really low fill level? Is it flat? That's what you hear a lot of people say, that bourbon kind of goes flat after being open for a period of time.
Okay, so it's like a soda.
Kind of. Weller Special Reserve is already a pretty docile whiskey to begin with.
Yeah.
So this should give us a baseline to determine some like nuanced distinctions between the two. But we are single blind, and we're going to get into it.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about, at the end of this, our policy, our personal policy for open bottles in our house versus what we leave closed. So let's get into the first glass.
We're just going to sip it, right?
Yeah, let's go on the nose back to back.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glass one smells like Buffalo Trace bourbon. I'd probably guess maybe a Weller product.
They smell the same to
Probably
me.
Special Reserve.
They smell the same to me. Kind of smells like pancake batter with maple syrup in it.
I will say, this new bottle was opened immediately before this video started. Just 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
They do smell very similar in profile. I will say, to me, glass one smells a little bit more fragrant.
Really? I was going to say, if I had to pick, glass two smells a little more fragrant, and glass one maybe a little weaker.
Okay. Interesting. Glass one on the palate. Cheers.
Can I do glass two right now?
Knock yourself out. It's your channel. It's your world. We're just living in it. By the way, if you like this sort of content, check out our Tuesday videos. We do fun experimentation. And if you look in the back catalog, there's a video, I believe it's a Smoke Wagon, uncut, unfiltered. This was many years ago, maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago, where we actually opened a bottle, took the first 2 ounces out of it, put it in a sample jar, and then 6 to 8 months later, took the last 2 ounces of it, put it in a sample jar, and then put that in a double blind head-to-head. And then if you want to see from the exact same bottle how we feel about things, that would be very revealing.
Okay. These taste almost identical to me. If there's differences, I'm not smart enough to pick them out. I'm not well whiskeyed enough to pick them out.
That's fair.
They're pretty similar. Like if you handed me this glass and then I set it down and then I accidentally picked up this glass, I wouldn't realize I picked up the two different glasses.
That's a good measure.
Yeah. So whichever one has been open the longest, it's not in my mind, not appreciably worse or better than the other one.
Wow, you're right. These are remarkably close.
It's like, if there's differences, they're so slight. You'd have to be like,
if they're
really keyed in.
Look, I did it. I'll be honest. I did expect there to be a slight but noticeable difference. This is much closer than I thought it would be. Like this tastes like the same thing.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say there's a difference here, I'm probably gonna talk myself into it.
Correct. Same.
Versus actually detecting a difference.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak to it because I don't detect a difference. Again, if I picked up one glass, drank it, and then accidentally picked up the other glass, I would think I'm still drinking the first one. So to me, there's no difference.
So one of the things that people say when a bottle gets really low and has been open for a while, a lot of times people are like, oh, transfer it to a smaller container. You know, we have a lot of bottles in our home. That would be a very laborious task for me to do.
Transferring a lot of bottles to smaller containers.
But the reason why people want you to do that, or say to do that rather, is because they say the whiskey will go flat. You don't detect either of these as being flatter than the other?
I don't know. Do you?
No. I do not.
Like,
I'm going to take a sip of one again.
I'm trying to pick it up.
Yeah, I got nothing.
What proof did you say these were?
90.
Okay. They drink really nice for 90 proof.
And they're wheated bourbons. And
Weller was the first wheated whiskey that I knew that I liked. Weller and some Maker's Mark.
no, you like most Maker's Mark and
Very
little Weller.
That's what it was.
Usually you get Funk on
most
Weller.
Maker's Mark and some Weller.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Special Reserve is so inoffensive. I mean, to me, it's like green apple candy, green apple caramel. It's like a caramel covered apple.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
So if I had, if you were to Aaron, you have to pick one that maybe you think is flatter. Maybe glass one. But even then, it's only because you forced me to.
If I had to pick, I would pick that. I'd pick glass one as well, but I feel like I'd be talking myself into it.
Kind of the same.
This is, again, your barometer is the best test. If you were drinking this glass and set it down and somebody swapped it for this glass,
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't even know that.
I would be like, oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's find out.
Let's find out, and then we'll talk about our personal policy for open bottles.
So glass one.
Glass one is...
What does that mean?
That's the new bottle.
Glass one is the new bottle.
N for new. And glass two is O for the old bottle.
Wow.
So, very little difference in a bottle that's been open.
Are we Mythbusters right now?
Absolutely. Just call me Adam Savage.
Okay.
This bottle's been this way for years. Couple years for sure.
Few years, as you say.
Yes. So, do open bottles change over time? Just because this one didn't, doesn't mean they don't. But also, I think sometimes people, if I'm going to be honest about what I think about this, I think sometimes people visit a bottle after it's been open for a while, and whether it's something they ate that day, or their mood, or if it's a long time,
their preferences have changed.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. And you go back to something that you really adored 2 years ago, 3 years ago, guess what? You've tried other things since then. You have a larger catalog of bourbon and whiskey preferences to pull from, and the things that used to do it for you aren't quite hitting anymore. I equate bourbon to music a lot of times. You think about songs, you hear a song and you just latch onto it and you love it. And then, sometimes you revisit that song a few years down the road and you're like, man, it's nostalgia. It's still hitting like it did. But sometimes you hear a song a few years down the road and you're like, man, what was I thinking?
I've never thought that about music.
Really?
If I like a song, I always like the song.
Shoes, clothes, whatever.
Clothes I can see.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure. Yeah.
Matters of personal taste.
Change
over time.
That's the differentiator.
Whether it be music, clothes, whiskey, food, whatever.
Yeah.
Your taste changes.
I used to not like mushrooms when I was a kid. And I still don't love them, but I will eat them now.
Yeah.
I can tolerate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Our personal policy. Let's get into that.
What's our policy?
It's very simple. If we get a bottle of whiskey, we don't know what it tastes like unless we open it and taste it.
That's a very valid point.
And the most important thing to us about whiskey, other than sharing it with others and having a good time and using it to create connections with people, that's what we love. That's what we do over on our Discord all the time. If you want to check that out, you can do so in the video description below. Link to our Patreon. It's also where we do our barrel pick releases.
Yeah.
They're exclusive to Patreon.
You're getting away from the point, though.
They're exclusive to Patreon, and if you want those, you can check those out. We went to
Yep.
Buffalo Trace and just picked a Blanton's barrel. So if you want our Blanton's pick, which actually is the single best barrel of Blanton's I've ever tasted, we got very lucky.
We did.
The other 3 barrels in the bunch were trash. They were fine. Well, 2 were trash. 1 was all right. 1 was amazing. We got lucky. That Blanton's pick is coming.
Okay.
With that said, other than community, the most important thing about whiskey is how it tastes. And I can't determine how something tastes if I'm not
Unless I
the bottle's
taste
open.
it.
Yeah, the bottle
Yeah.
needs to be open for that.
So
So we
basically,
open-
the policy, our open bottle policy is we have no open bottle policy.
We open everything.
We open everything as we want to drink it. No, we don't get something and then open it unnecessarily. Once we want to drink it, we open it and then we just don't worry about it. We drink it, we enjoy it, and if it sits like this for a couple years, then so be it.
Everything we get, I open unnecessarily.
Oh, you do?
For the most part.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unless there's a specific bottle that I got for a specific reason to open with a specific person or for a specific occasion.
Okay. Huh.
If it's just a random bottle that we get our hands on or
You just
whatever,
open it?
it never makes it.
Is it because you want to drink it?
Yeah, I want to taste it.
Okay, I was
oftentimes.
talking about, no, like we don't just get a bottle and just open it for no reason. We get it because we want to drink it.
Right.
Or we open it because we want to drink it.
Yes, oftentimes it will be this much in the glass, and I'll just pour that much, and I'll have it, and I might not touch that bottle again for months or even years. Sometimes we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bottles in this house that are open that have an ounce out of them because I just wanted to try them, and I tried them, and then I was done. And if there's a situation that presents itself where I can share that bottle with someone, and I know they'll enjoy it, or I want to revisit it, then I'll do that. But the bottles in our home that are not open are only there because they are backups of bottles that we do have that are open.
They're not open for specific reasons.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, if our barrel picks, we go do our barrel picks, we've got this right here. We picked a Nashville Barrel Company. This is a 24-year single barrel bourbon from Barton that Nashville Barrel Company got. Call it Old Man Strength. This is a forever backup. The only other bottle of this is an open bottle in the house, but this is a forever backup that will be sealed. These are the bottles that stay sealed, is our forever backup bottles.
That begs the question, and maybe this could be another video. When do the forever backups get open? Because we're gonna die.
At some point, I'll tell you this.
Like we can't drink them when we're dead.
In our bourbon bunker, we do have a bottle of Weller Special Reserve. Because this is if you can find it at retail, a relatively inexpensive pour, a bottle, $30 bottle. And we just have it down there. We bought it a few years ago, and we know over time things will change at Buffalo Trace. It's a cheap, inexpensive bottle to just grab, throw in the bunker, and revisit 30, 40 years from now, if we're still living, Lord willing. Much like we taste bourbons now from the 90s and 2000s and think, man, this stuff is so different than today.
Yeah.
When you can do that with like a $30 bottle, $30, $40 bottle like Weller Special Reserve, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So to us, that's more important. The experiences and the fun and the tasting and the journey and the discovery of what you like and what you don't like, far more important than keeping bottles sealed up. Open them up. Find reasons to open them up. Find excuses. Get together with local people. Join in an online community that you can get a part of. It doesn't have to be ours. Find somewhere that you feel at home because, I mean, we talk about this all the time, but we're starting to say it on the channel more and more. The best whiskey for us is the whiskey you're sharing with somebody else.
Yep.
Period. So that's what we believe, and we encourage you to do the same. Open those bottles. They ain't gonna drink themselves.
That's very true. Thank you for watching our video. Be good to each other, and until next time. Cheers. That was a good way to end it.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true. This was better than I thought for as low proof of it is.
I
haven't had Weller in a hot minute.
Special Reserve is the most basic of all the Weller stuff, but it's
good.
It's great background whiskey.
It's solid.
You're gonna watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou for the first time tonight.
I will not be drinking whiskey while I'm watching that.
I know,
movie.
but this
because I'm gonna be like almost horizontal, and I can't drink while I'm.
Well, I'll go to
horizontal.
sleep if I do that for more than 5 minutes. But this would be a perfect background whiskey. You don't have to think about it. It's just reasonably enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's great for that.